Dandruff is a chronic condition, so there is no cure per se for dandruff. It's like I like oils, and you're giving me oils, I will grow. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Ijoma, IJ for short. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I was able to get rid of my dandruff and kept it that way. So I was able to get rid of my dandruff and I've been able to have it under control. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. And if you're new here, kindly smash the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time that I upload. So without further ado, let's go ahead into today's video. So I've been struggling with dandruff for the longest of time now, and if you have dandruff, you know how much of a nuisance it can be. Oh God. And you will try all these home remedies, or you try one thing and then it doesn't work or it comes back. So first of all, let me start by saying that dandruff is a chronic condition. So there is no cure per se for dandruff. So it's treatments. You treat it, then you control it. That is why if you treat your dandruff and then you just leave it like that, most likely going to come back. So what is dandruff? Dandruff is a mild form of seborrheic dermatitis. So there's seborrheic dermatitis, and if it happens on your scalp and in its very mild form, it is called dandruff. It's more like dandruff is like the least end, yes, of the spectrum. It is caused by a fungi known as Malassezia furfur, and this fungi is part of your normal microflora. So if dandruff is part of the normal microflora in humans, why then do people get dandruff? Why do some people get dandruff and other people don't? Well, it's because in some individuals, mostly due to genetic factors, the normal microflora, the Malassezia furfur, overgrows, right? So it overgrows and causes inflammation on the scalp, and that is what flakes out. That's what you see as the flakes when you comb out your hair. And it's important to note that this organism thrives on the sebum produced by the scalp. And the scalp is one of the areas in the body that produces the most sebum. Sebum is basically oil that is produced by the body, is produced by the skin and then rises to the surface to coat the skin. That's what sebum is. So it is basically oil. And this brings me to my next point, which is that if you have dandruff and you are applying oils to your scalp, you're basically just feeding the organism. It's like I like oils and you're giving me oils, I will grow, right? So if you have dandruff and you are using oils on your hair, I'm just telling you now, you are doing it the absolute wrong way. It is not going to help. It's going to make dandruff worse, especially olive oil and coconut oil. In fact, olive oil can and has been used as a culture medium for Malassezia furfur that causes dandruff. So if you have dandruff and then you're applying olive oil on your scalp, my dear, you're just making your matters worse. You're not helping yourself. You're giving this organism what it needs to thrive on your scalp. However, essential oils like tea tree oil that I know for a fact can help with dandruff. From the pathology of how the organism causes the dandruff, you can get rid of it by doing three things. So the first one is that you can remove the organism entirely. If you remove the organism, the dandruff goes. Or you can reduce the inflammation that the organism causes. Or you can remove the flakes, which is more like symptomatic treatment. What exactly did I do to help me get rid of my own and let it stay that way? So I did two things, and these two things I did helped with at least one of these mechanisms that I just talked about. The first thing I did was I had to go and get an anti-dandruff shampoo. Trust me, it works. Anti-dandruff shampoos is basically is more or less the only thing that will get rid of the organism. You know, if you want the organism to go, it's a fungi. You give it antifungal, right, and then it goes away. So I used anti-dandruff shampoo. You can get any anti-dandruff shampoo from the drugstore. There are a variety of active ingredients on the different shampoos, like ketoconazole, 1% ketoconazole. That one can be sold over the counter. There is selenium sulfide, then there is zinc pyrithione, there is methyl salicylate, etc. I used it twice a week, and it is very important to note that since it's a treatment, you have to leave it in your hair for a while. So you don't just apply it and wash off. You have to leave it in for at least 5 minutes, or the time that it says on the bottle of whichever one you buy. So you apply it to your hair, wash your hair normally, and then you leave it there, and then you wash it off later. I did that twice a week for like 4 weeks. The second thing that I did was I washed my hair more frequently, and this one helped with the inflammation you get. So, and also removing of the flakes. I usually used to wash my hair like once in like 4 or 5 weeks, but now I wash my hair pretty often, like 7 days or in 10 days. I wash the hair just so that I don't give the organism the chance to thrive. You understand? So I used anti-dandruff shampoos and I washed my hair frequently. And the truth is, like I said earlier, it is a chronic condition, and whatever you did to get rid of it, you have to do to maintain, right? So you have to continue using the anti-dandruff shampoo. You have to continue washing your hair more frequently, because there is no cure per se. If you treat it and it goes and then you just stop, it's going to come back. I think this is what actually makes it frustrating for a lot of people. So after the treatment, you don't have to use it as much anymore. You don't have to use it twice a week because you've treated it. So you just have to use that maintenance level. Sometimes it's once in 2 weeks, sometimes in once in 4 months, in 4 weeks. But I use mine once every 3 weeks. So after every two washes, on the third one, I use an anti-dandruff shampoo, and I make sure to combine it with a moisturizing deep conditioner, just so it cancels the really drying effect that most of these anti-dandruff shampoos cause to your hair. Yeah, these are the two things I did, and I was able to get my dandruff under control. And now I can say I am dandruff free. Additional tips that also help me keep the dandruff under control and prevent it from resurfacing is I stopped going to bed with my hair wet. You also have to control your stress level, because if you are prone to dandruff and then become stressed, it causes the organism to overgrow even more. Well, I would also like to add that if you've been doing these things and you're not seeing results, then maybe it's time to see a dermatologist, because maybe you don't have dandruff, maybe you have something else, and it helps to know exactly that you have dandruff and are treating dandruff. And also, if you have the really, really bad dandruff, the one where the scales are or the flakes are so huge you have to drag it out of the hair, then I also think you might also need to see a dermatologist, because you might need prescriptions, and maybe over the counter anti-dandruff shampoos might not work for you. So yes, that's my 2 cents on how to get rid of your dandruff and what I did that helped me get rid of my dandruff and stay dandruff free. If you liked this video or if you learned something new, give this video a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed till now, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe before you leave. I have another video that you should see. It is where I tried Ayurveda hair mask on my hair for the first time, and I think you should see it. It's going to be linked somewhere in the screen, so go watch that video, because I'll be waiting for you there. Bye, and see you next time.